I think it's kind of the main platform to be on to share your art. It's like there in Etsy, but it's more photo based, less like selling platform specifically. So it's just a way to like immediately share my work, which I really like. Instagram sort of brings that like simple joy of like, I just made a sketch or like, I just, drew a single iris on a postcard and like who wants it? And so like sometimes I'll just give it away. Especially during this time, it's like a way to connect with folks and it's like a way to just like brighten someone's day. Honestly, it's like I can think about a global pandemic and like the fact that we could vote in another like 4 years of someone basically actively trying to destroy our world. Or I could think about this like flower I painted and share it and get people to be like, hey, this is nice, thanks. And I do get messages from folks that are like, hey, I just really like seeing your art and like has a really positive impact on my day. And like honestly, that's kind of all I need. Like I just like that aspect of it. And so that's kind of what I get out of Instagram. And I think it'll be that platform for a while. I don't know if something else is coming. It's a way to get stuff out there that's like easy. You don't have to rely on like people finding your website.
Can you tell me about a time when you felt most proud about your work?
I would say just recently I painted these margaritas and it wasn't like a gallery ready painting or anything. It was just like this little 4x6 painting, but I really liked how it turned out and I was very proud of it because I was trying to paint ice cubes and that was hard. Like posted it in a story that night and like tagged the restaurant. And I was like, everyone should try their margaritas. They're great. Look at them. And so they had reshared the story, and even that just made me happy. And I like shared their share, which is what you do on Instagram. You're like, oh, thanks for sharing. And and then they messaged me on Instagram actually, and they were like, hey, we love this. This is so cool. Like, can we buy it? And I was like, yes, it is for sale, of course.
Very good, very
And I
good.
got more takeout from them and dropped it off. No contact delivery. Sometimes my validation comes internally and sometimes it's externally. And I was like very proud of like how that turned out. And then to have someone like notice it and then want it made me feel very proud. And then I would say recently I've just been trying to tackle more detailed landscapes and trying to like create more depth in my painting. So there's like one or two that I've completed recently that I'm like pretty proud of how they turned out because there's just a little bit more going on in it than I can see in like my older work. I did participate in like an online one, but I think typically they were a lot more organized. And this time they just sort of went with it really quickly and shifted online all of a sudden. And so I wouldn't say that it was like a great experience. There just wasn't much to it because I think they rushed and everything. So I think it's tough because I think the skills that it takes to put together a great online experience, which I know from work, are very different than the skills it takes to organize an in-person event. And I think like shifting from one to the other is really tough unless you already had like a really strong online presence and you can like lean on that. I find that the galleries that have like a better online presence are organizing that a little bit better. And then the folks that like we're just normally doing like really solid in-person events are struggling a little bit with like shifting to online. I think it'll just take time. I did sign up for some alerts for different festivals throughout the year, and it's interesting because some of them are coming with like, hey, our applications are open, and oh, don't worry, we're just keeping an eye on this global pandemic. And I was like, I don't think it's going to be that different in the summer. I think people just don't know what to do. Like they're relying on kind of like, okay, we know how to put on an in-person event. Like, hopefully we can. I will say a lot of the artists I follow on Instagram, a lot of them have been saying how busy they've been, which is awesome because people I think are just spending more time online and shopping, and I myself included.